everyone, welcome back to Lemonade and Bits with Shield. I am Shield, and this is the channel where we talk a little bit about life, a little bit about love, a little bit about relationships, sometimes a little bit about my opinion, but most of all, offer a little bit of encouragement. Thank you so much for joining me again today to sip a glass of lemonade and talk about our topic for today, which is managing the hurt. And you guys, I just want to go ahead and tell you, if you hear some little noise or whatever, I just got a brand new bunny. Her name is Samantha, and she is in love with her water bottle right at this moment. So if you hear that little clicking sound, it's Samantha, and she's eating and drinking. So it's a new addition to the family, and we're going to say welcome to Samantha. But back to our topic, which is managing the hurt. As you heard me say several times in past videos, we have various relationships that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. We have relationships that, last from day to day, from month to month, from year to year. Most of our relationships do last that way, different kinds. We have, sibling relationships, co-worker relationships, best friend relationships, spousal relationships, children, and children and parent relationships. So we have all these relationships that go on continuously in our lives, and undoubtedly there are going to be breakdowns in those relationships that lead to hurt and anger and bitterness and distrust and some unforgiveness and sometimes even hate. But today we're going to talk about hurt that comes from these breakdowns in relationships. Now, people handle hurt in different ways, but I do know this: if you don't handle it in a healthy way, it's going to affect every area of your life, and the way that you see things in life, and the way you handle new people that come into your life. So if you don't handle it properly, it could be detrimental in your future relationships. So that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. The first thing I would like to say is, the first thing on handling hurt is acknowledge the hurt. Sometimes we want to be super tough and we want to be super bad and think, okay, I have to show that I'm strong, and this doesn't bother me, and they didn't get the best of me. No. The first thing is we need to acknowledge the fact that we have been hurt. Yes, that hurt. And even if, because we really do have a tendency that if we did something or whatever, and then somebody does something back, or we get something, we think that we get something back in a different way, then we're like, oh well, I'm not going to be hurt by that. There's no need for me to be hurt because I know I did. No, you're still hurt. Hurt is hurt. We give and get hurt. We give and receive hurt all the time. It's not always intentional. It's not always meant to be, malicious, but it just happens in these different breakdowns. So acknowledge the hurt. It's okay. You don't have to be Superwoman or Superman. Yes, that hurt. That action hurt me. Those words hurt me. That hurt. The second thing is to process. It's okay. So now you know that it hurt you, but now you have to process it. And that's the whole thing about hurt, and that's why it can manifest in other ways like bitterness and hatred and distrust and those things, because we have to process it. And I can admit that I'm one of those that I used to be. I sweep it away. It's like, whatever. Yeah, that did hurt. And instead of dealing with it, you just push it to the side, like, okay, on with it. It's okay. It's in the past. It's okay. You have to process that, because after a while, you know what happens with stuff that you put under the rug. It keeps building up and building up and building up, and then it's going to come out in a very hurtful way. It's not going to be good for you or the people that you deal with. So you have to process it. You have to process it all the way through. Yes, it did hurt. What part, back to that healthy mindset, what part did I contribute to this in any type of way? If I did, also, what was that person thinking when they did this? I mean, you got to try to look at it from all the angles and eventually come to terms. You may never understand it. You may never understand, why you were hurt that way. But you can come to terms with it, and to the point where you forget, that you can forgive it. And that will bring us to our third step, which is to let it go. Now, when I say let it go, it doesn't mean you forget. No, you don't forget it. But it doesn't have to play over and over in your mind. It doesn't have to do that. You processed it through. You looked at it. You recognized that you were hurt. You dealt with it. You processed it. You looked at, the other person in the whatever the breakdown was. Maybe they were feeling this, or maybe I did something that probably shouldn't have done, and it came back out that way. Process it through. Come to terms with it, and so that you can forgive it, and then you can let it go. And when I say let it go, it's there. Just put it in one of those back files back there, in your brain. So yes, it did happen, but it's not stopping me now. It's not holding me up now. I'm not laying there, and day in and day out thinking about the same thing over and over again. So you have to. But the only way you do that is that you have to process it through. And when you process it, it's not all about that other person. Oh, I can't believe they did this to me. They did this. They. No, you just go ahead and own your part, because most of the time in a relationship, it's more than one person. So something else probably occurred, as well, that you had a part of. So process it all the way through so you can let it go. And then you guys, know your people. The people, these are your relationships. So know your people. Did they really mean to hurt you? I mean, was it malicious? Was it intentional? Because we know that it doesn't matter whether it's intentional or not. If it hurt, it hurts. So, but know your people. Would they really hurt me on purpose this bad? I mean, is it really like this? Know the people that you're dealing with, because like I said, you're dealing with them on a daily basis most of the time. And you're connected with them for a long amount of time in different ways. If it's this your family, these are people you have to deal with every day, or at least on a regular basis. So you do want to be able to process this through, because it's going to happen. And just because it happened once, more than likely it'll happen again, and it'll happen with someone else, because we are human beings. We're not perfect. So therefore we make choices that aren't good. We deal with people in ways that aren't good all the time. Hopefully we learn from that, but I'm just saying, hurt is a natural part of life, and I don't care what relationship you're in, whether it's a mother and daughter, mother and son, sister, brother, co-worker, boss, husband, wife. I don't care what it is. Look at it. You've been hurt by these people, because that's what happens. But it's the way you process it, and the way you get through it. You acknowledge it. You process it. You let it go, and you know that they are not there to be hurtful in your life. Things happen. So know your people, and know who you are. And that you want to get through this and to be the best person possible. You don't want this to hold you up in your life from being better than what you are now, and entering different relationships, future relationships, because those things, if we hold on to them, they will affect us that way, you guys. And I just want us to be the best that we can be, and it is a process. I've learned, and I promise you, it is very enlightening when you learn how to deal with it, instead of just covering it up and pushing it away, and then letting it come out in ways that really does hurt other people. So we have to learn to do it on a daily basis. Do it, when these things occur, go ahead and deal with it right then, instead of waiting and pushing it away and then letting someone else pile up on top of it. But just go ahead and deal with it, and face it, and work yourself through it. And that's the only way we can be the best we can be, guys. And always praying, always asking God to lead us and guide us and to help us. That's the only way we really make it, guys. And that we really have peace. Peace is so important. And that's why managing your hurt is so important, because you can still have peace. It won't ruin your life. So thank you guys for joining me today. Just work. Every day is about working to be better than who we were before. So thank you, and together we're going to be the best people that we can be to bring glory to God and His kingdom. So guys, I thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you guys that keep commenting. I enjoy you guys every week. And just thank you. And if you know of anything that was said on this channel, please please share it with someone else. And some people don't have anybody, you guys. So if you need to contact me, my email address is in my description on my channel. So please feel free, if you need to contact me about anything, then feel free to do that. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.